Well, right now, there's still an active wildfire threat in the south, with officials in Fredericksburg, Texas, warning that the massive blaze there grew this morning, now at 9,700 acres, even as it's 65% contained. A red flag warning is in effect through 10 p.m., and at least 500 people are displaced from their homes. Families were given just minutes to evacuate, with no place to go. They say community support has been a lifeline. Some found security, food, and comfort at the Zion Lutheran Church, which quickly converted into a shelter. Joining us now is the pastor of that church, Jonathan Mollenkopf. Thank you so much, Pastor, for being with us. I know that officials, at least the last we checked in, were still warning of trees burning, embers falling. How is the community doing right now?
Thank you for having me. Yes, it's been very emotional, but the community is coming together. We've had so many calls for support at the church, where we are still a Red Cross shelter. And also the local fire department has been inundated with supplies, more than they can actually use. Everybody's coming together. I talked to one family who did lose a home, and they're just in shock, but they're going to move forward, and we're going to help them best we can.
Tell us about that, because it's hard to even imagine that one day you're sitting in your home and then the next thing you know, you're being evacuated, and the next thing you know, your home is gone. How are you helping folks to cope? And I wonder if it does seem to help when they see this outpouring of support, as you say, more donations than you could possibly use.
Yeah, the family I spoke with, they're appreciative of the support, very much so. I prayed with them. We're going to raise funds for that family to rebuild. And it's a very close-knit community. A lot of people that evacuated were able to go stay with family and friends because everybody's so close-knit here. And also some people were at the Red Cross shelter as well. So again, that family is very appreciative and just trying to make sense of it all.
I know it can be hard to make sense of it, and for many people, that is where faith comes in. But let me ask you about the reality. How did you first learn about the fires? Walk us through those immediate moments.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. So Saturday, a couple other volunteers and myself were working in our church garden, and sirens started blaring right and left, and we were wondering what's going on. And then we started getting phone calls from people that were close to the fires. And so we heard about it. And then within a half hour, we saw smoke on the horizon of our church parking lot. So yeah, it happened so fast. And Chris, it went from 400 acres to 8,000 in a matter of hours. It's all been very sobering and emotional.
400 to 8,000. I can't even begin to imagine the fear that engenders. How were you able to get up and running so quickly?
Well, fortunately, our church leadership had recently voted to continue being a Red Cross shelter. And then sure enough, we were contacted. So we have a strong congregation that wants to serve the community and share God's love. And so we just were able to do what we could right away. And we're just moving forward. We just keep trying to communicate with each other and the local authorities and first responders and meet the needs as they come up.
So it sounds like you've got plenty of donations. I'm sure you take any prayers that you could possibly get. Are there other things, as people watch this and they want to help, that they can do?
Yes, of course, Red Cross, you can always donate to them, but also there's a local foundation, One Star Foundation, that has a crabapple fire fund that is going to support all the people in the county that are being affected by this fire.
Well, Pastor Jonathan Mollenkopf, the folks there are lucky to have you and your congregation, and we wish you well. Our thoughts and prayers are with you.
Thanks
for
so much.
Coming on.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Appreciate it.